Morning, ladies and gentlemen. If you would please, we're going to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance being given by our First Sergeant of our program, First Sergeant Cadet Xavier Ray.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank our Career and Technical Education Department for putting on this college and career fair, for definitely showing extreme dedication in the midst of a pandemic and pivoting to a virtual college and career fair. So we're excited about that for today, and I think it's in line with what our career and technical education teachers have on the slate for us today. Is thoughts for today include see and seize opportunities. Many people are able to recognize an opportunity after it has already passed them by. But seeing opportunities coming, that's a different matter. Opportunities are seldom labeled. That's why you have to learn what they look like and how to seize them. So we're just extremely thankful for this opportunity for our students and for our teachers putting this on direction of our Career and Technical Education Department. Students, make sure that you tune in, really connect and commit to the information that you're going to be given. I think it can set you up for a lifetime of opportunity and put you on a platform where it can springboard you to a better life. So please be mindful of that. Please be mindful of the information that's going to be shared on today. Again, thank you.
These are troubling times right now. So we want to provide a high level of education, but we also want to provide great tuition prices. Why does Shorter College focus on providing amazing resources? Students enter Shorter College with a variety of personal experiences and educational obstacles, family responsibilities, a broad range of reading and writing abilities, and varying levels of life experiences. We basically realized that a lot of the students that come to Shorter College, you know, whether they're coming straight out of high school or they coming back from or they've been out of school for a while, they're coming back to Shorter College. We realized that life happens to people. You have different responsibilities, and we try to put resources and things in place to provide the services that students need. One of the things I'm very proud of about Shorter College is that we are the only college in the state of Arkansas that I'm aware of that actually has an on-site daycare. And also with our on-site daycare, you know, there are vouchers that can be provided to some applicants to make daycare could be free in some cases, and in some cases discounted. But it's amazing to be able to be at a college where you're in class. And obviously I'm speaking about when the time comes where you can actually, come to class, and your child could be over there, in the daycare, and you can go visit your child whenever you need to. And like I expressed earlier, that in some cases, some people qualify for vouchers that pretty much take care of the daycare in full. Shorter College focuses on resources. We realize that while you're going to school, people still have to survive and people still have to work. So one of the things we have in place is obviously we have internships, paid internships, and we also have work studies. Internships and work studies allow students to gain valuable work experience while contributing to their student expenses. As I expressed earlier, Shorter College is all about resources and all about putting everything in place to make the student's life better and easier. So one of the things Shorter College has partnered with Rock Region Metro Bus Passes. Bus vouchers are available for qualified students. So a lot of our students receive bus passes from Rock Region, and it allows them to catch the bus back and forth to school, and honestly, whatever they need to do, but mainly for school. So we're super excited about that. Other resources we provide, we have programs for supplemental nutrition assistance, and program recipients provide additional resources and services to SNAP recipients and get a job or help them receive education and training that can lead to a job. So, we help people with, trying to receive, if they're struggling in the areas of food, if they're struggling in the areas of trying to find a job, if they're struggling in the areas of trying to find resources, we have a team of people that are put in place to help you find the resources that you need. We realize that a lot of people that go to school, they don't stop going to school because of the grades. They stop because life happens. And we want to be in a position that we can help a person any way we can to help them get their life and get things back in order. One of the things I'm proud of, resources we provide success coaches. Starting college can seem overwhelming, but we will walk you through step by step. We will provide a success coach that is assigned directly to you. We have a building of people dedicated to student coaching and success. We take the success coaching very seriously because we recognize when a person's going to school, they need a lot of different help. They might need help with enrollment in the enrollment process. They might have questions about their class. They might need all type of help. And we have a success coach that's assigned directly to you that will walk you every step of the way, honestly, to take away a lot of the fears and make you feel a lot more comfortable about going to school. These are the degrees we offer: entrepreneurial studies, childhood development, church leadership and ministry, criminal justice, and general studies. Also, we also, when you attend Shorter College, you can transfer your credits to another school if you like to, another college or another university. Once again, why Shorter College? Tuition is the most affordable in the state, has an on-site daycare, articulation agreement. You will receive a success coach assigned directly to you that will walk you step by step. Smaller class sizes allow you to receive the individual attention you deserve. Shorter College has plenty of experience in the success of non-traditional students, and great faculty focused on providing you every resource possible. This is why you fit here. Thank you all so much. Does anybody have any other questions?
Opportunity Shorter College has on a career path dealing with liberal arts, communication, performing arts, theater, that sort of thing. If it provides maybe a stepping stone to a larger university, or if they have any, any areas there in that first couple of years for students to get on that path.
Unfortunately, not at this time. I'm sorry.
All right, it's about 9:50, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Thank you, students, for joining this presentation. My name is John Gordon. I'm one of the admissions counselors at SAU and work with Little Rock Mills. Also manage some of our concurrent enrollment partnerships with the university as well. So we're SAU, and we're located down in the southwest part of the state in Magnolia. So we're kind of nestled between Texarkana and El Dorado. We have about 4,500 students on our campus. We're a large enough university to have a lot of degree programs, but small enough to really give you a personal, kind of a small town feel. I always like to tell students that professors will know you on a first name basis. You won't know everybody on campus, but you'll know a lot more names and faces than you would if you went to a much larger university and so forth. SAU is also part of the Great American Conference. And then I'm also going to show you a link where you can schedule a tour to come tour SAU. Whatever school that you decide to attend, definitely want to encourage you to visit their campus to get a feel for the university, to see if it might be a good fit for you and your needs. So we have a very simple application process. I've walked through quite a few students through this process this year. It only takes about 10 to 12 minutes to apply. So if you're a senior, you can go ahead and apply now. A lot of students will even do it from their phone. From this link. If you are a junior, sophomore, or a freshman, this is something to keep in mind for next year and so forth. And then also we have applications for different scholarships and so forth. Now, because of COVID, we've waived our ACT requirement for admissions for fall 2021. We are still requiring ACT scores for scholarships and so forth, and I'll cover that a little bit later on as well. And so here is a list of all of SAU's academic scholarships that we offer. And so one of the neat things, I think, if for students who may have a higher GPA but may struggle more on standardized tests, we have the Scholastic Merit Scholarship where you only have to have a 19 to a 22 on the ACT, but with a 3.25 GPA to qualify and so forth. Or let's say you're one of the top 10% of your graduating class, but maybe struggle a little more on standardized tests, and this valedictorian and salutatorian or top 10% scholarship can help you as well. For those seniors, you can still apply for scholarships, although our application deadline for priority consideration for scholarships was March 1st. but you can still apply and see if, as students may decide to go to another institution and then later turn down their scholarships, those that are waitlisted would be able to receive those, and so forth. So also with our ACT, even though our ACT scores are waived for fall 2021, students will need to take placement tests, and the easiest way to do that is to take the Next Generation AccuPlacer test. It's a lot cheaper to take. I think it's only $25 to $35 to take the Next Generation AccuPlacer test. There's no time limit on it, and you get your scores back immediately. And so down here at the bottom, it has our undergraduate tuition rate, just kind of if you took 15 hours, room and board, and average fees down here at the bottom. And then the very bottom one is for out-of-state tuition, which wouldn't apply to you guys. But we have one of the most affordable tuition rates of any four-year university in the state of Arkansas. And so really work to try to keep the cost of education down for students. And so once you've been accepted, you want to make sure that you apply for any kind of academic scholarships you might apply for. And this is something for juniors and sophomores and freshmen. Make sure that if you get offered an academic scholarship, that you accept it. Now, I know a lot of students think that just because you accept it, it means you're committing to going there. That doesn't necessarily mean that. But once you decline a scholarship, let's say you change your mind and decide that you maybe want to attend SAU, then you'll get put back on a wait list rather than getting your scholarship automatically. So for those juniors and sophomores and freshmen, just remember, accept your scholarship. It doesn't mean that you're actually attending that university. It means you're still considering it, and so forth. Now, our mascot is the mule rider. A lot of times people think it's the actual mule, but Abby Gwynn, who's actually graduating this spring, is our mascot. This is her right here. So next year we'll have a new mule rider for our mascot and so forth. So just wanted to bring that up. There's also additional aid for students through the state of Arkansas. There's a list of different scholarships. There's an Arkansas Academic Challenge Scholarship through our lottery. There's different governor scholarships, law enforcement officers. And one of the things I always tell students is there's a ton of private scholarships out there. And so your counselor office can help you with a lot of those scholarships. There's even an Arkansas Department of Corrections scholarship. My mom had me apply for every scholarship that came through my high school, literally, when I was a senior. And that was one of the scholarships I received, was Arkansas Department of Corrections scholarship. There's actually a Taco Bell scholarship, among many others. So make sure that you look at a lot of private scholarships that are available, because you can stack those with academic scholarships that you receive from the university. And so 81% of SAU students receive different types of financial aid through federal and state sources like grants, loans, student employment, as well as our academic scholarships or private scholarships that you may qualify for, even through the state lottery scholarship. And so one of the things that we encourage students to do is get involved on campus. Statistically, those that are involved on campus at whatever institution that you decide to attend graduate in 4 years at much higher rates, and of course graduate on time with far less debt. So wherever you decide to attend, make sure that you get involved on campus, and that way that will help you kind of really get a good college experience, but also help you graduate on time as well. Now, one of the things that you can do in terms of scholarships, because you can't stack our academic scholarships, but let's say that you want to play a sport at SAU, or you get a band scholarship or one of our performance scholarships, or maybe a scholarship through SAU's foundation. Those are stackable with your academic scholarships that you would apply for, and so forth. So SAU has 4 academic colleges. We have business, education, liberal performing arts, and science and engineering. And so I'm going to kind of go through each of these. But we also have some unique programs at SAU. So we have game, animation, and simulation. This is a rapidly growing program. So students that get a degree in learning how to design video games and eventually seek employment with companies that create and design video games. Our engineering program, which got nationally accredited last year, some companies will only hire students that graduate from a school that's accredited in engineering. We also have cybersecurity, which is very popular. entrepreneurship, marine biology. Our nursing program has been booming the last several years, and I'll cover that a little bit greater detail in just a minute. Pre-health, forensic science. Our education program has grown so much we're having to actually build a new education building on campus to educate our teachers. Music performance, public health, international business, cyber criminology. This is a rapidly growing program, not just at SAU, but nationwide. The FBI actually approached the university several years ago about creating this degree program. There was such a demand with all the hacking and so forth happening. Also, we're one of the only programs in the state that has musical theater. Our ag programs, pre-art therapy, social work, marketing, sports management, exercise science, and studio art. We also have sports through the Great American Conference. So the men's sports are on the left, while our women's sports are on the right as well. Now, we also have non-NCAA sports, and we do have some scholarships available for those, like cheer, fishing and rodeo, and so forth. One of the new non-NCAA sports we just added is trap shooting. We have some land about 5 minutes from campus that was donated to the university, and some banks helped fund this thing. We actually have a trap shooting range at SAU's campus and so forth. Disc golf, cheer, esports as well at SAU. We also have a variety of different housing options. Let's go over some of those real quick. So we have a traditional style of housing, and we also have hybrid style as well as suite style. And so these are really neat opportunities. Because we've grown 20% over a 5-year time period, we had to build about 4 or 5 new dorms at SAU to house all of our student growth. And so chances are, if you attend SAU, you'll eventually live in one of the newer housing. So how do you apply? At SAU's homepage, I'm going to show you that in just a minute. You'll go to fill out an application and so forth. And then for applying for housing, once you've been accepted to the university, you will go to your new MySAU account. You'll click on the housing application, and then also be able to start your application from there. We also have a lot of campus activities, and with hopefully COVID cases continue to go down, we'll be able to have much more of our normal campus activities. We did have campus activities this fall and spring regardless. And so we do have a lot of events centered around, football game weekends in the fall, and a lot of different spring activities happening as well. So we have a Fall Philly Fall Fest chili cook-off, Midnight Madness, silent countdown movie nights. Family Day weekend is a big deal. Greek week as well, spring concerts, and spring fling as well. We also have a new Starbucks that was added to our campus this past January, and so forth. Let me go over some of our things that we've also added new as well. Our business school got reaccredited by the AACSB last spring. We also have our new international business options I mentioned earlier. We also created the first doctorate program south of Little Rock, a doctorate in education. We also have a new teacher leader certification for those wanting to become a lead teacher at their respective schools. We're also constructing a new $2.4 million education building. And we also have a golf driving range on our campus for students to use. And because our band is one of the largest in the state, I think we're in the top 2 largest bands. We have over 180 members. We're having to expand our band hall to have new practice rooms and big practice auditorium as well. Our College of Liberal and Performing Arts also added a new program in pre-art therapy. And then if you're interested in ag science, we have a new poultry science facility that's nearing completion. That's about 15,000 square feet that will teach students the full run of the poultry industry from hatching to processing. And one of the neat things that we have as well in our College of Science and Engineering is we have a new $110,000 cyber range that's now operational. We were given a grant by the governor of the state of Arkansas, and so students can have hacking competitions, also really practice preventing hacking, and also trying to do that. We have different competitions on our campus. We also have a new student event center that's nearing completion that will function to host a full range of student events and meetings. And so one of the things I forgot to mention as well, because of our nursing program has grown so well, one of the things we're most proud of is that this last spring, according to the Arkansas Board of Nursing reporting, SAU had the highest pass rate at 97.3% on the NCLEX exam in the state of Arkansas. So really, that's the exam you have to take to be a practicing nurse. And so it's a big deal. And we're proud of that, of our nursing school's accomplishment.
Well, officially, good morning, everyone. Thanks for, first of all, just tuning in. I know you have a very busy day of a lot of Google Meets. So I'm excited that you took the time and of all your options chose to set in on UA Literock today. So first of all, for any seniors in the room that have not applied for admission, but you want to, and you want to save $40, screenshot what you see on your screen right now. I'm also going to put it in the chat, so if it's just easier for you to copy and paste. So that is the link for you to complete your UA Literock admission application, and that promo code, you'll enter that at the very last screen. You'll have to say yes to 3 certification questions. One of those does include saying that you agree to pay $40. Just say yes. The next screen, you'll see the box to enter that promo code. And all caps, no spaces, Trojan 2021 is going to waive that $40 application fee, so you can apply free on the spot. So definitely any seniors, take advantage, get that in, because I'm going to chat about scholarships, and we have a lot of deadlines that are August 2nd. So we still got plenty of time to get admitted and get a scholarship to attend UA Literock this upcoming fall. For juniors, you got to wait till September, but never pay for the application fee. We're going to have some way for you to apply for free. All right, so we'll get started. I'm not sure if I actually introduced myself, but like Ms. Harris said, my name is Whitney Kellyott. I work in the admissions office here at UA Literock. And once again, just excited to have you here. We're going to do kind of a fast-paced overview of UA Literock and just kind of what to look for, what you can expect, and just the opportunities that you have here in the capital city. All right, so I can say from not necessarily personal experience from being a student here, because I did not do my undergrad here, but after working here for almost 5 years, it is true. UA Literock, all the faculty, all the staff, they're here to invest in you as much as you're going to invest in yourself. So we have resources, we have supports, we have opportunities here just waiting for you to grab onto those and take them as high as you can. So we know you have dreams, you know you have goals. We just want to be here to help facilitate that. All right, real quick for any juniors in the room, actually even sophomores, any freshmen as well. UA Literock is your home university. Use us. You know where we are, not too far, up the interstate from you guys. So come on a campus tour. Get your feet wet. We are doing in-person tours as well as virtual tours, so you can get that tour scheduled. And then when you go to other campus tours, you have some experience under your belt. You see something on that tour that you're like, oh, I wonder if Euler has that. Let us know. We're going to keep it real with you. We're going to let you know if we have it, if we don't, or if we have something similar. Also, use this time while you're in high school to explore your interests, kind of figure out what pulls you, what are you passionate about, what are you good at, and work with our faculty, get that inside track of, not just opportunities at UA Literock, but what does Literock have to offer you as far as internships, job shadowing. Get as much experience under your belt while you're in high school to kind of filter through what you think you want to major in. And of course, talk to our students. Students at any college campus have no reason to put on for you. They're not going to lie to you. They're going to tell you their experience. But as we know, every student experience is different. So talk to more than one student to really kind of get a bigger picture of what life is like at that campus. And like I said, put us on your application list. It's going to be free. The year of the pandemic is like the best example of why you should always apply to your home university. So seniors, we're like go time right now if you want to consider UA Literock for the fall. Freshmen through juniors, we got some time to explore, but I really encourage you to take advantage of that time. And once again, use UA Little Rock. We are here to support you. All right. So when I work with students about finding a college, that college fit, I break it down to 3 categories. So the first being academic fit. I mean, that is that primary reason why you're going to college, right? You want to get a degree to get the career. So UA Little Rock, we have over 100 different degree programs. If you want to see a full list, you can check out that ualr.edu/academics. That's a good list by program. And then to simplify it, we also have the A to Z list. So if you're interested in counting, you just go to the A's. You'll see it there. If you're interested in culinary, go to the C's. You're not going to see it there. That's a program we don't offer. You may have a degree you're interested in that you won't see on the list. Don't count us out because each college kind of uses different lingo. So it's possible that we may have something very similar, a program that you can still pursue to still get you the career that you want, but the major, the name of it may just be a little bit different. So of course, we all want to make money while also still making an impact on the world. So, you know, some of those highest paid career fields in Arkansas, we have those majors here. And you're in Little Rock. You can intern at those and really get a leg up on your competition when you're shooting for those jobs. So if we have your academic major, then we want to keep your attention. We want to keep going. So next up, you want to have fun in college as well, I assume. And so, of course, that's going to look different for each student. And I really like to break down social fit to 2 categories. You have that more professional networking side, and then you have fun with your friends side. Let's be honest. The way you talk to your employer, if you have a job, is different than how you talk to your best friend. You know, we all kind of have a switch, and we switch it on and off when we need to. So at UA Little Rock, you know, as far as that professional development, I mean, we have you covered. I mean, being a mid-sized university, we have so many resources available to tap into. You know, develop your writing, your public speaking, you know, so many different layers to get you connected with internships, that job shadowing. So lots of opportunities. And I cannot say it enough, you know, Little Rock is in our name. Just by sheer location, you're going to have advantage when it comes to socialization on the professional side because you are here in the heart of it with so many different industries, you know, hospitals, nonprofits, businesses, every sector, we have it here in the city. So now a little bit more on the fun side of college. So when you look at us overall for enrollment, like I said, we're mid-size for Arkansas. We hover over 10,000 students. Now, the bulk of that is undergrad, but we do have graduate students and doctoral students here at UA Little Rock. So what swings us up to being that bigger school feel is D1. Basketball is our flagship sport. So you can see that big picture there at the Jack Stevens Center. Last year, our men's won the Sun Belt Conference. Slated to go to the NCAA tournament. COVID hit. We all know how that happened. Ladies basketball has dominated the last decade. Total, we have 15 D1 sports. I'm not sure if Mills has wrestling. I can't remember. But if we are, you definitely want to check us out if you want to wrestle collegiately because we are the only D1 wrestling team in the state. So lots of fun there. We don't have football. That's the one big sport that we don't have right now. So big school feel when it comes to D1 sports, middle size when we're looking at the overall enrollment, and then swing down to that smaller school feel when you get inside your classroom. So if you're going to a lot of these college info sessions today, you're going to hear a buzzword about that student to faculty ratio. That is a statistical number that is accurate. UA Little Rock is 13-1. However, I want to keep it real with you because when you go into your freshman Comp 1 class at UA Little Rock, it's not going to be 13 people. Your average classroom size at freshman and probably a little bit your sophomore year is going to be between 25 to 30 students. Then once you get into your major classes, that's when that classroom size really starts to shrink down. And it could get to 13-1. It could get to 6-1. It just depends on the class. So as far as the feel, you can really find your niche, kind of whatever you're feeling. If you want to go to that big school, or maybe you want to go to that smaller school, you can find your niche here at UA Little Rock. Now, we want you to live on campus. You don't have to, though. It is your choice. We understand there's a financial price tag that comes with living on campus. So if you do want to live on campus, we do have some scholarships to help you pay for it. I'll get to that here in a minute. On the screen here, you can see those two main freshman living options. We have 5. Freshmen primarily live in 2. The top is East Hall, which is suite style living. So 4 people to a suite, 2 people to a bedroom. That means in your suite, you have a kitchenette, a little dining area, and then your bathroom and shower. Down at the bottom is our newest, that is West Hall. In West Hall, we say community style living because the entire floor shares a living room, the dining room, the kitchen, there's a study room, there's laundry on your floor. And then you share your bedroom with one other person. The bathroom is not attached, but even though this building's community style living, no community style bathrooms. So you still share a bathroom with 3 other assigned people. So you still have your personal bathroom that you share 4 people max. So nowhere on our campus are you gonna have to share a bathroom with more than 3 other people, which is really nice. And then just like in high school, we want you to be active. We want you to join clubs, organizations, and the number on these change yearly. One year we could have 150, the next year we could have 200, because these are 100% student led. The interest that you're coming in with, it's gonna be different from the students that are coming in 4 years after you. So this is always evolving, a great way to kind of drive the direction that the campus is taking. So, you know, Greek life, room mob, if you want to cheer on sports, we have intramural sports. So if you like to be athletic, but maybe you're not D1 athletic material, like myself, then you can do intramural sports. Clearly, we have lots of trees on campus, so join the hammocking club. We are looking to getting a hammock farm. That's one thing I am personally excited about. But there's so many different things for you to get engaged on campus. And then once again, you're in Little Rock, so you still have all those city amenities at your fingertips as well. Now let's talk numbers. So our admission standards, we have 2 options. Overall, we're looking at a college entrance exam and your high school transcript. That shot record, I need it, but I don't need it to make an admission decision. I just need that before you start school in the fall. So here's those 2 options. Number 1, test score only. Number 2, I'm looking at a GPA paired with a test score. So if you're frenemies with the ACT, which most of us are, then you can have a 2.25 GPA. And then I'm looking at sub-scores. So I need a 15 in English, a 15 in math, and a 15 in reading. You got that paired with that 2.25. We're going to get you admitted. And we will take equivalent SAT and AccuPlacer scores. So there at Mills, you all have an amazing TRIO coordinator. I believe it's Miss Angela. So if you're in TRIO, definitely connect with her to learn about taking that AccuPlacer for free. All right, so you can work hard, right? Study hard, do all the extracurriculars, do everything you need to do to get admitted to a school. But if you can't pay for it, does getting admitted even matter? I mean, if you want to save that acceptance letter just for notoriety, absolutely. I mean, hey, if I got accepted to Harvard, I would be extremely proud. But I also can't afford Harvard. So that's where we want to be realistic. This is where UA Little Rock wants to be an affordable college option for you that meets your academic fit and your social fit, and you're going to be able to pay for it without worrying about it. So of course, you have the federal aid. You apply for that, you can bring that to UA Little Rock. Then there's state aid, so money within Arkansas. You get that, bring that to UA Little Rock. Then you have all those outside or external scholarships. I know Miss Houston, your graduation coach, is constantly hooking you up with scholarship opportunities. Apply for those. Get them, bring those to UA Little Rock. So we are pulling money from all different directions to bring to the school. Now I want to talk institutional scholarships. So I work at UA Little Rock, so I'm going to talk about UA Little Rock scholarships. But all these other colleges, they're going to talk about their school scholarships. So if you get a UA Little Rock scholarship, can you take it to UCA? No. Now, if you get a Hendrix scholarship, can you bring it to UA Little Rock? No. So that's money that's tied to the school. So at UA Little Rock, we have 4 main categories. So academic merit, mentor programs, early Trojan, and Trojan Strong. So for any seniors in the room, what I'm about to share is your current requirements, your current standards, your current opportunities. Any juniors, sophomores, freshmen, we update our scholarships every summer. So while this will be a good guide for you and help you set a goal GPA, maybe a goal ACT, just be aware that there could be some changes coming your way next year. There's never any super big, but it's possible. All right, so academic merit. So when you apply for admission, I already said I need your transcript with that GPA and I need your test score. That's what we use for academic merit consideration. So for these scholarships, there is no additional application. You're going to be reviewed automatically, which is really nice. So this is where we did have a change this year because of COVID. You know, last year, everything shut down. ACT test days got canceled. So what we did to kind of compensate for that was to remove those extra tiers for our scholarships. So last year, that freshman award with that 3.0 needed a 20. And at that top, the chancellor's academic distinction with a 4.0 needed a 30. This year, seniors, if you have a 20 composite ACT score, or if you can get one by August, that means April, June, or July test, and you have a qualifying GPA that can be right now, or if it bumps up on your final transcript, we're going to take that GPA as well. The money on the screen is what you will automatically be awarded. 20 ACT, and we're going to look at your GPA to determine how much money we're going to give you. As you can see, there is a breakdown between tuition and fees and then housing. So if you remember, I said we don't require you to live on campus, but we want you to. So for some of our scholarships, we're going to help you pay for it. So you can see there's that split. So if you live on campus and have a 4.0, you're going to get Chancellor's Academic Distinction and get $10,000 per year. So that's $40,000 over 4 years. But if you choose to live at home, you would get $5,000 per year. The other $5,000 for housing doesn't just disappear. So let's say the next year you decide to live on campus, you just let financial aid know, and we will give you that other $5,000. So you want to take the highest scholarship here, and we want to stack more money on top of it. So these are our mentor programs. So for any seniors, if you applied, if you did our general scholarship application by March 1st, you're currently being considered for these programs. Hopefully in the next month, you'll hear some word. I know some STEM scholars have already gone out. Chancellor's Leadership Corps, they are reviewing their list now to invite students for interviews. And then Donaghy Scholars is actively doing their interviews. So any juniors, sophomores, freshmen, take a look at these, some of those mentor programs. This is where you get, a mentorship, a community within a community at UA Little Rock, plus money, which is really nice. All right, now early Trojan scholarships. So seniors, this is a scholarship. You take either Trojan Pathway or concurrent student. So concurrent student is if you did a UA Little Rock concurrent course through UA Little Rock and you passed it and you're admitted with that 2.75 GPA, welcome to UA Little Rock with that one-time $3,000 scholarship. For anyone else, 2.75 GPA, and we're going to get you that Trojan Pathway scholarship. The reason it's one-time $3,000 is because we wanted to complement the academic challenge, that state scholarship. So because that scholarship goes 1,000, 4,000, 4,000, 5,000 between freshman to senior year. So we just want to say a thank you to our local students for choosing us and just help you fill that gap your freshman year. Get past that. Now, real quick, Trojan Strong. So last year, UA Little Rock got $25 million donation. $25 million donation, and it was anonymous. So I don't know who has 25 mil just laying around to donate, but UA Little Rock will gladly take it. So what does this mean for seniors? I need you to be admitted and be Pell Grant eligible. That means I need your FAFSA on file. And if you qualify, UA Little Rock is going to finish paying your entire balance after all your other financial aid pays. So all your federal, state, UA Little Rock scholarships, and those other outside scholarships you get, after all that pays, if you have any balance left, UA Little Rock is going to pay that to zero and give you a book voucher to help you pay for books. So we have 5 years to spend this money. So juniors, sophomores, freshmen, there's a good chance this is still going to be around for you as well. Quick overview of our scholarships. So remember, for my current seniors, all 3 of these have that August 2nd deadline. Those mentor programs is the only one that has a deadline that has passed. So there is still time to apply and get money to come to UA Little Rock. All right, so time for questions before my time is up. What y'all got? All right. Elon, do we offer political science? Absolutely. And where else is a better place to do political science than in the capital city, where literally the Capitol is right at the hall, where you can get some really quality internships at? Great question. All right. Do you have any opportunities for high schoolers? Well, that's really going to kind of boil down to what are you interested in? So first of all, do you want to do a high school concurrent course? I don't know if Mills is actively a partner right now. I know y'all have been in the past. That's something to work with your school on to see if that's a possibility. But also, look on our website. If there's a major you're interested in, reach out to that department and say, hey, I'm interested. What can I do? Because we do have faculty members that do some mentors to high school students. Psychology is actually our biggest major across campus. Which is really exciting. So you're going to have lots of support, some really cool labs, some really cool projects going on there. Criminal justice, absolutely. So we're actually the state's only criminal justice PhD program. So if you want to go all the way up to the doctoral, we got you covered. But what that means, even if you don't, you are being taught by PhD level faculty. Once again, we're the only ones here in Arkansas that provide that. Nursing, absolutely. We're actually able to take the most nursing students out of any programs in the state because we're in Little Rock. So we have more hospitals, more clinics to put you in for those on-the-job, on-site clinicals. So that's really exciting. Engineering, oh my gosh, absolutely. So with our EIT building, President Bill Clinton did our school's biggest fundraiser in school's history, because the dean that founded the EIT department was on his technology team when he was president. So amazing opportunities within engineering. All right, what else do we have here? All right, real quick, freshmen do not have to live on campus. You can drive a car on campus. So if you live on campus, you're gonna park by your building. If you're a commuter student, we have commuter parking lots for you. All right, I love it. Y'all are hitting me up, I like it. What other questions? I got 2 minutes left on my time.
My name is Sam Watson. I'm a recruiter with UAPB. If you haven't seen me in the past through the bus tours or all of the other college fairs that I have attended, you probably don't know my face. If you do, that's good. So let me find out where the chat is. I'm gonna drop some information here in the chat, like my name, my phone number, my email, as well as my office email. If you have any transcripts or if you have any questions or anything like that throughout the session that I do not answer, please feel free to email me. Let me see. I'm gonna also throw up our link for you to apply, not only for school, I'm gonna also post a link for scholarships as well before I go over that, so that way you can also have the link. And a little bit on later on in the presentation, I'll also show you exactly where to go to apply for admissions, as well as for applications, as well as for scholarships as well. So to give you guys a little bit of information about me, I graduated from the University of Pine Bluff, University of Arkansas Pine Bluff in 2019 with my degree in political science. So I saw some of you guys' questions for, I'm sorry, I forgot the young lady name, but for Euler. We do have a political science program. We do have an engineering program. We have a nursing program. We also offer psychology for a degree plan as well. We have the works. I'm gonna go back over some of the information, especially the scholarship information, the admission requirements information, the whole nine. So with that being said, welcome to the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff again, where we're student-focused, mission-based, and success-driven. And please here you will meet the Office of Recruitment, where we are led by our Director of Recruitment, Mrs. Donna Rouse. We have Recruitment Specialist, Mrs. Castle, Director of Publications, Mr. Strong, our Scholarship Coordinator, and as well as our Recruitment Specialist, Mrs. Kirkland, and then of course me, your Recruitment Specialist, admin, Mr. Watson, Sam Watson. Okay, so scholarship opportunities. If you meet the requirements for any of these scholarships, please, I encourage you to apply now. I will, if I'm not mistaken, I've already posted in the chat the link to our scholarship page, where you can see the list of our scholarships. You can also apply for admissions, as well as apply for any of these scholarships that you apply for, that you qualify for. And just to go over some of these, let's start off with the Golden Line Scholarship, which you have to have a 17 on your ACT, or a 980 on your SAT, and a 2.75 GPA. Then you have a Leadership Scholarship, where you have to have a 19 on your ACT, a 980 on your SAT, or a 3.0 on your GPA. And then we got the Dean Scholarship, which is a 3.25 GPA, 21 on your ACT, a 1060 on your SAT, and a 3.25 on your GPA, and it's 3.25 on your GPA for the Dean Scholarship. For the University Scholarships, you have to have at least a 3.25 GPA, a 23 on your ACT, and a 1130 on your SAT. The Chancellor Scholarship, the deadline for that scholarship has passed. It was November 1st. Actually, the deadline for all of these scholarships has passed, but we still encourage all of you students to apply, because our scholarships are first come, first serve. Also, if you're taking the ACT later on, or you plan on taking it here, I think it already just passed. If you took it and you already have applied for any of our scholarships and your score went up, and you have been in contact with Mrs. Kirkland, my scholarship coordinator, please just send her your updated score, so that way, if the funds are available, we can move you up in our scholarship tier as well. And don't forget about the Arkansas Challenge Scholarship as well, because that is beneficial to you guys as well that are staying in state. If you're thinking about going out of state and you meet the requirements for the Arkansas Challenge Scholarship, think about it. You're forfeiting that money. That's a lot of money that could be going back into your pocket, especially if you're choosing one of the most affordable institutions in the state to attend, which is UAPB. Well, I'll talk about that in a minute. Also, please complete your FAFSA early. Our the UAPB school code for the FAFSA code for us is 001086. Again, that's 001086. And if you need me to get that or shoot that back out to you, just email me or just ask me in the chat, and I'll post it in the chat. All right, we also have service-based scholarships. So I know it's a lot of athletes in Mills. I know we have a lot of talented musicians in Mills. I know it's some singers out there in Mills as well. I know we have a lot of great cheerleaders. And then we also have ROTC. I know you guys have a great ROTC program as well. So with that being said, all of these extracurricular activities offer some form of scholarship that maybe, or I know for a fact the band is tuition paid, full tuition, choir is full tuition. I think cheer is full tuition. ROTC, you can get a little bit more out of that, especially with the 3RD program. If you're thinking about going to the ROTC program, please contact Miss Jelena Williams, or just ask whoever your sergeant is or whoever is the head of the ROTC program at Mills, or you can just get in contact with yours truly, Sam Watson here. But they have, ROTC have great scholarships as well, and some of you guys is alumni from Mills are actually in our program right now, so that's good too as well. All right, now let's get down to the cost of attendance. Now, don't mind these numbers down here. These numbers they're not correct. They're a little bit off. But with that being said, we are still one of the most affordable institutions in the state of Arkansas. In fact, we are the #1 average net price school as well. We're #2 for best in value in the state of Arkansas. We're the #2 best value online school. We're #7 in the top public schools, and we're ranked number 11 for the most affordable HBCUs in the state of Arkansas. And I know I got a chat there. I'm sorry I can't see your chat, but I will, as soon as I get through doing this presentation, I will answer that question in the chat. Let's see. So with the cost of attendance, roughly, it varies from how many hours you take. If you're on any scholarships, especially institutional scholarships from my office, which is the Office of Recruitment, you will be required to take 15 hours. I'm glad. Let me take a step back here. Our departments do offer scholarships as well. Those scholarships that I showed you, these scholarships are actually scholarships that are offered by my office, my department. Once you start taking classes in your majors, or once you reach your sophomore year, or sometimes in most cases your spring semester of your freshman year, you can start applying for scholarships that your department offers. Man, it could be from the nursing department, the agriculture department, which the agriculture department has so much money. If you guys don't know what you're interested in, ag is probably one of the things that I'll probably look into. And I'll go over, I got some videos that are queued up as well from these departments that I'm speaking on. STEM Academy, if you're a STEM major, apply. If you want to be an engineer, or biology, computer science, mathematics, of that nature, you may want to think about our STEM program or our STEM Academy. We have the only STEM Academy in the state of Arkansas, and that's very beneficial. I'll go over that too as well. But that's just to go over scholarships a little bit more, to go in detail about scholarships, because we have so many scholarship opportunities that the school offers. I mean, even the Student Success Center, our retention coordinator, Ms. Walker, she sends out scholarships every week that she finds, and we also have the Research and Development department on campus in Children's Hall, located in Children's Hall. They're there to research scholarships for our students as well. So if you need money, or matter of fact, we live in Pulaski County. There is a large alumni group that went to Mills. Matter of fact, the alumni president, Miss Belois Biles, she is an alumni from Mills University, from Mills High School. Man, these people, these guys, they will help you, they will assist you guys financially with school if you need assistance. But closed mouth don't get fed, of course. So if you need somebody to contact, to get in contact with these people to assist you with school, just contact with me. Just contact me, and I'll help you out as well. So let's move along back to cost of attendance. Now, the cost of attendance varies from your classes. If you take 12 hours, you may be roughly paying around $5,000, close to $6,000. When you're in state, 15 hours and you're in state, depending on where you stay. If you stay, depending on where you're staying on campus, it may range from $6,000 to $7,000. And what I mean by that is, of course, for young ladies, if you stay in the Delta is one of our newest, or is the newest dorm on campus. It's solely for upperclassmen, but they do allow some freshmen to be housed in their dormitory. That's the most expensive dormitory on campus. If it was me, I would stay in the Hurl Complex, which is our freshman dormitory, and it's co-ed as well. And that's just where all the magic happens. That's where everything happens. So you'll stay in the loop more as well. When you become an upperclassman, JBJ, or some even opt to stay in the Harold Complex or the Hunt or more affordable dorms. So that's one thing you want to think about when it comes to college as well. You want to make sure that you're not choosing to, I guess, overpay for school. Like what I'm trying to say is with your meal plan, you should be good with just 3 meals a day, which is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, if you need 4 or 5, that's a little bit too much. And then, of course, with that 3 meals a day meal plan, you also receive some flex dollars as well. And the flex dollars allow you to eat at Pizza Hut, which we have our own Pizza Hut on campus. It also allows you to eat at Chick-fil-A, which is, I'm finding out that's what y'all eat every day anyway. Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, or as well as our Bob Mart. So if you get tired of eating fried chicken Wednesdays or fried fish Fridays or whatever else they have in between those days, you can just go to these other restaurants that we have on campus. So that's just to go over a little bit of cost of attendance. We had an enrollment increase. We were the only institution to have a 12% enrollment increase last semester. I'm sorry. We have a new Master's of Education program that just got approved. We also have some more funding for our 1890 scholarship program, and we also have Ad Discovery as well for those juniors and below as well. So that was a lot of information. Let me check out the chat. We do not offer a master's degree for political science, but what I can tell you is this. Let me stop sharing my screen for it. Well, if you can see my face, let me stop. What I can tell you is this. Our political science, I graduated with my political science degree. Our political science department is relatively small, but it's growing. But my advisor, my professor, he taught me every last course that I took for political science. He also advised me along the way. I have his personal cell phone number. Everybody in the political science department, we all have our own. We all have each other personal cell phones numbers. Man, internships. That's another thing. In the spring, every year we have at least one student that will go and attend. That will go and attend a internship that is basically you work with the Congressional Congress, you work on the Hill with either a senator or House of Representative, and every year for at least 5 years, maybe even 6 now, since I've been there, we've had a student to go and obtain or be awarded that internship. Now that's just one student. It's usually our top student that comes out of political science. But other than that, all of our other students obtain internships either inside the city of Pine Bluff, Little Rock, Arkansas as well, or any other city that's outside, that's in that area or in between. Professor Brooks does a great job with taking us to law conferences. Like we go to a law conference every year in Atlanta. Well, of course, we didn't go to it this year or this past year due to COVID. But we go to the law conference in Atlanta, so that way we can network with different law schools and different attorneys. We also have partnered with the University of Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas, Boeing, the law school, to where if you graduate from an HBCU, you will receive a 25% off discount on your law school tuition. We also have about 2 or 3 students that I graduated.
Going to be quiet and let Miss Olivia Rizzardi speak to you about UA Pulaski Tech. Go ahead, Miss Rizzardi.
Awesome. Let me pull up this PowerPoint real quick. Okay, can everyone see this all right?
Yes.
Okay, so like Ms. Harris said, my name is Olivia Rizzardi. I'm a recruitment coordinator here at the University of Arkansas Pulaski Technical College. And good morning, almost afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. I know you have a lot of options, a lot of different rooms, schools, organizations presenting to you, but I'm really excited to let you know a little bit more about UAPTC and what we have to offer. So our mission statement here is to provide access to a high quality education that promotes student learning and enables individuals to develop to their absolute fullest potential. We are your comprehensive 2-year college which means that everything we do, our goal, our focus is to make sure that you can succeed, that every single student has the opportunity to seek higher education or training or courses if that is what they want to do. So we have several campuses here. I am currently at our main campus in North Little Rock. We also have a Little Rock campus, which is just on I-30, kind of towards Bryan and Benton. There you'll find a lot of different training classes like collision repair, cosmetology, and that is also where our School of Culinary Arts and Hospitality Management is. We also have a business and industry center near the Little Rock Airport, and then our Aerospace Technology Center is at the North Little Rock Airport. And this might not be as useful to you guys, but we do have our Saline County Adult Education Center in Benton. So we have a lot of programs, over 90 programs to be exact. I'm not going to go through all of them because I will keep you here all day and go over my time. But it really depends on, the great thing about here is it depends on how long you want to be in school, what you want to do. So you can be with us for a semester and just take a couple of classes. You could be with us for 2 semesters or a year, 3 semesters, get a technical certificate, or you can be with us for 2 years and get your associate's degree. And we have a lot of different options here, like early childhood development, radiography, dental assisting, EMT studies, practical nursing, as well as things like cybersecurity, digital media production, office technology, and then of course we have our baking and pastry arts, culinary arts, and our hospitality management courses and programs. A lot of our really popular programs are things like refrigeration, H-vault repair, cosmetology, and collision repair, which are usually at our Little Rock campus. Now, if you are looking to get a bachelor's degree, we can help you out with that as well. We have transfer agreements or 2+2 agreements with nearly every four-year college in the state. There are some listed here, but that is not all of them. So the great thing about that is you get 2 degrees out of that, and most times you end up saving a lot of money. So for example, our transfer agreement with UA Fayetteville, they have a thing called the Arkansas Transfer Achievement Scholarship. Now what that is that you pay the same tuition rate per credit hour there that you pay with us. And our credit hour, trying to get the exact number, that's about $136 per credit hour. And that does not include any financial aid or scholarships. So say you get a full ride with us, you get a full ride with UA Fayetteville. So that's really awesome, getting 2 degrees and saving a lot of money, because I know that can be a concern for people when going into college. So just to speak a little more on the financial aid, there are several options that you've heard other schools mention as well. That includes the federal student aid, Arkansas scholarships offered through the Department of Higher Education, and then UAPTC scholarships. So there's a couple options with our scholarships. We have the foundation scholarships, which are privately funded. There is a very long list of those. I will send the link to that in the chat later. But that really depends on what you did in high school, your experience, what kind of career or path you're going for. And also sometimes it can depend on your academic standing. And then we have our academic scholarships. So we base these based off your ACT or your AccuPlacer score. And the really cool thing about that is that you don't have to fill out a separate application for scholarships. When you fill out our admissions application, that automatically applies you for scholarships, because you do have to submit to us your test scores. That is one of the requirements that we have. And so we take that and then we apply any scholarship that you may be eligible for. So the lowest ACT score for a scholarship is a 19, but you need at least a 13 for admissions, which is really awesome because a lot of other four-year colleges will require at least a 19 or a little bit higher. And so that is our base tuition and fees. Again, so in-state based off of 15 hours, which is about full-time, that would be $2,835 a semester. And again, that is before financial aid or any scholarships. And also it is worth mentioning that we are very flexible. We have evening classes, night classes, You can go part-time, full-time. You really get to make your own schedule. So if you're working full-time or part-time while you're going to school, we want to be able to work with you on that. So I know a big thing about college and a lot of concerns that students I've toured with have expressed to me is, while we don't have things like dorms and football teams or sports teams, because we are a commuter campus, and that is how we keep costs very low, we do have a lot of great events. We have an art gallery that switches between local artists, student art, or museum exhibits. We have cookouts, concerts, fairs, flings. And we also have quite a few organizations, including honors organizations, a lot of different clubs. And if you get to campus and you want to join a certain club, but it just doesn't exist, you have the full ability to start that club on your own. All you need is a faculty advisor just to sign on to it, and most of them are more than willing to help you out with that. Oh, I do want to mention about with our IDs. So with our IDs, your student ID, you can ride the Rock Region Metro for free. So that really helps as a commuter campus because everyone commutes to us. There's not a dorm to stay in. And if you don't have a car to get to us, you do, with your student ID, get to ride that for free. So that is very helpful. And this is a very short PowerPoint, but that is about it. So apply online. Registration for fall classes opens on April 6th. So our application online is super quick, is super simple. It is free all the time. The documents we'll need from you are your final high school transcripts, your test scores, and your immunization records. Now you can go ahead and get conditionally accepted before you graduate high school. That way you can still register for classes, and then your school will send us your final transcripts once you graduate. And once you have all that ready to go, you will be set up with an academic advisor who will help you line out your classes, let you know what you need to do. And if you're looking to a transfer agreement, they will help you set that up as well. But yes, so that is pretty much the end of the short PowerPoint. I think I stopped sharing. Okay. Am I still sharing?
No, it's no longer sharing.
Okay, awesome. Let me see if there's any questions.
So Seth Knight asked, Ms. Rosardi, do you still have on-campus tours?
We do. I'm going to send the link to that. Right now, when you register through that link, it will automatically sign you up for a virtual tour, but I am going to send you the contact information for my coworker, Chris, because he is usually the one, I'm helping him out here today. He was pretty busy. He is usually the one that helps out at Mills. So I'll send you his email, the admissions email. I'll send you mine as well as our recruitment cell phone number. So you can call or text us during that time. So let me send that. So yes, the short answer is that we do have on-campus tours face-to-face. And I'm going to send my email as well in case anyone has any questions. And I'm also going to send the scholarship information because as well with the foundation scholarships, there are so many of them. So you really just have to kind of go through, look through them, see what works best for you. There's any that you're eligible to apply for. And there will definitely be some you will be eligible to apply for because there are so many. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions I can answer?
There is one more question in the chat that I'm seeing here. Mr. Laxon did say that you all have an awesome performing arts facility at the North Campus. Does it support any performing arts curricula or programs?
So for courses, you are able to take like intro to theater, stuff like that. We do have professors who teach that. And then we also put on plays, concerts, all of that. Right now, everything is virtual, but I think it's called, their virtual concert series is called Off the Charts. And that is funny because the building that is located in is called CHARTS. It's a Center for Humanities and Arts. It's an abbreviation, and they stream those live on our Facebook as well as our YouTube channel.
Are there any, well, I guess they would go to the scholarships webpage there to find out if there's any performing arts scholarships as well?
Yes, they can do that. If there are any performing arts scholarships, they will find them there. And under that, they have links to like the Arkansas scholarships, academic scholarships, and the foundation scholarships. So that is all in that link.
All right. So good morning or good afternoon, almost 5 more minutes to afternoon. But hi, my name is Ayana Williams. I am the admissions counselor for UCA. So that means if you have any questions about UCA, I'm your go-to person, or if you have any questions about your application, I'm your go-to person. But just a little bit about me, I graduated from UCA 2019. I had got my bachelor's of science in psychology, minored in art, love UCA so much, came back and worked for them. But just in general, I'm just gonna go over like a whole bunch of information, and don't worry, it might be feeling overwhelming, but you have your view book so you can go back and look at it. And then afterwards, if y'all have any questions, y'all can contact me and everything. But UCA, so we're located in Conway, Arkansas, right in the middle of Arkansas. We're about 30 minutes away from Little Rock and about maybe an hour or so away from Russellville. So you can literally travel just about anywhere, just being like in the middle of Conway. But in Conway, we have CVC, we have Hendrix, we're known as the city of colleges, and we're also known as like the city of roundabouts. We have about 28 roundabouts here, and if you haven't been in one yet, you will if you do decide to come visit us. But it's a lot of great things in Conway in general. Like we have a whole bunch of places to eat, a whole bunch of things to do. Like we have arts festivals, we have Toad Suck, just different activities for you guys to have and enjoy out here. And then you can always go to Little Rock if you want like a bigger city life as well. But UCA, we are known as under construction always. We are building 2 new buildings, which I'll talk about later on in the presentation. We also are a 4-year institution. So that means you can get your bachelor's here, your master's, or your doctorates. And also we pride ourselves in saying we're a 16:1 student faculty ratio, which means your classes, like when you go into your major field, it'll almost be like the sizes of your classroom in high school now. So you'll be able to get to like meet your, get to know your professors really well, and then be able to have like that one-on-one connection with them. So then later on in life, you can get a recommendation letter from them. But yeah, and just to let y'all know, we're about probably 38 minutes away from you guys. So not too far away from y'all as well. But here at UCA, we have 100 undergraduate degrees. We have 63 graduate programs, including 6 doctoral programs, and we have 45 online programs. And I believe we've added a few more just because of COVID, but you will be able to major in almost about everything here. And I'm gonna go through some of like our top majors with you guys. So the College of Business, I took a few classes in this college, and I enjoy the fact that we have different companies come inside and they'll come talk to us about like how to run a business, the pros and cons of running a business, running a chain of businesses. So you're like not always just listening to your teacher to speak all day. You actually get to hear from other companies and firms and things like that. And we also bring a huge college fair where a whole bunch of companies will come in, and you'll be able to talk to them. You get to dress professionally, talk to them, and then most likely end up getting an internship with them or get a job. But you can go into like entrepreneurship, data analysis, accounting, different things like that. And then College of Education. So you can go into like elementary level, middle level, high level. We have an Apple Distinguished program, which means in the future, most likely we'll be using Apple technology. So they go ahead and like train you and learning how to use all the Apple technology. So the laptops, the iPads, whatever new Apple technology that they have, y'all be trained in all of it, and you'll be able to be Apple certified. And then the College of Natural Science and Mathematics. So with this field, this will be like biology. And as you see right here in this picture, we have a nature reserves in the back of our campus. So y'all can go out there, y'all can do hands-on field research, which is really fun, especially during the springtime and the summertime. And then like mathematics, we have, algebra, trigonometry, calculus, etc. And we also have a math lab. So if y'all struggle with math like I did, we have a math tutoring center free in y'all tuition, and they will help you literally with like all your finals, with your study guides, homework, and everything, which is really great. And then just in general, like your teachers, they will also help you. My trigonometry teacher, she stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning to help me with my final, and I was very thankful. She saw that I was trying to pass. So your teachers really do care, and they want to see you succeed and graduate. And then we have the College of Health and Behavior Science. So this picture is the new building that's being built. It's going to be up this fall. So if anybody wants to go into like nursing, this is where you'll basically have your classes. What I've heard is there's a cadaver lab at the bottom. So cadaver lab means you're working on dead people. And then like your classrooms are kind of like hospitalized settings. So you'll be able to work on the mannequins, do procedures on them. I heard the mannequins give birth. Haven't seen that happen, but if you want to, you can go on YouTube. But you also get to work at our student health center, which is free in your tuition. Y'all help with like giving the flu shots and things like that. And then one of the great things about just any major in general, like with our nursing, you're able to intern with UAMS, Conway Baptist Health, Conway Regional, just like all the hospitals in the area. And most likely whoever you intern with, you can get a job with them. So that's the nursing. And then we also have our family consumer science as well. But you can go into that field. OT is pretty popular, and our PT field is also popular. And then this building, College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Science, so we just combined them together this year. And basically it's our fine arts and communication and our liberal arts together. And this building will be up fall 2022. And what will be consisting in here is like sociology, anthropology, criminology, and criminology is kind of like criminal justice with criminology majors. They do this cool thing called Bear Safety Patrol. So let's say if you're at the library late at night and you didn't want to walk all the way to your dorm, you can call the criminology students, or you can call UCAPD. They'll come pick you up and take you to wherever safely. And that's one great thing about UCA in general, in my opinion, is like it's very well lit. So I felt pretty safe on campus. We had the blue emergency poles, and like I said, Bear Safety Patrol as well. But also like for the arts, we have ceramics, sculpture, we have printmaking, photos, film, theater, all of that in here. And we also have like a black box gallery, which is student ran. I was able to help with running the black box gallery. I definitely enjoyed it. And you're able to just display other student artworks and things like that. And then we have Honors College. So Honors College is kind of like a whole nother world. I don't know too much about it, but like the general information, Honors College is kind of like your AP classes. If you want a more advanced, experience at UCA, we have our Shedler's Honors College and our University Scholars Program. And there's no ACT required, but you'll just need a high school GPA of 3.5. And then just depending on which one you go into, one has 2 essays and the other is 1 essay. And then you also have an interview process. And what I've heard is that the Shedler's Honors Program, they only accept 75 students, and there's about 20 students are accepted into the university. And as y'all see at the bottom, financial incentives, there is a 2,000 semester stipend in the private room upgrade, and for the university is the 500 semester stipend in the private room upgrade. And with the semester stipend, if you add like your scholarships on top of that, Arkansas Lottery Scholarship, Pell Grant, the scholarships that we offer here at UCA, you can low-key go to college for free. So if that's a thought for you, you can go to this route. And they have honors preview nights, and they'll just like give you more information about that. And then we have student life. We have about 200 student clubs and organizations on campus. And if you want to make your own club, you can. Me and my friends, we made a printmaking club. We was able to travel to Washington State, sell printmaking t-shirts on campus and everything. So y'all can make your own club if there's something on the campus, if there isn't anything on the campus that you want to do. But what else is there? SAB, student activity boards. We bring in like big artists every year. Miguel came on campus, $15 to go see him up close and personal. It was one of the most amazing experiences for me. We also do like movie nights on Sunday, and it's like just the recent movies. What else? What else? Comedy nights, art nights, just so many different activities for you guys to do. And then Greek life and intramural sports. I joined all of these, and these definitely like made my 4-year experience just even better. So I definitely encourage students, whatever college you do decide to go to, like definitely join organizations and clubs, and you'll just meet so many different varieties of people. And then we also have study abroad. And with study abroad, we aren't able to go overseas just yet. As y'all know, with COVID, we're still, every day is a different day. So right now we're just still waiting to see if we can go in the summertime. But study abroad is really for anybody that has 30 credit hours or more. 30 credit hours is basically a sophomore at UCA, and then just a 2.5 GPA. And we have scholarships that would help pay for like all of these study abroad programs. And in the Office of Diversity, I definitely encourage students to join these different programs, especially minority mentorship program. I joined, I was given a mentor my freshman year, and then basically she just helped me throughout my college experience. That's how I was able to like meet other students, because I used to be a shy person, believe it or not. I'm still am kind of a little bit. But we have like the minority mentorship program that would just help you, guide you throughout your 4 years. And me and my mentor, we're still best friends now. We're basically helping each other after college. So it's definitely a great program for you guys to join. And then we have like the Black Male Achievement Challenge and Project X, Women of Excellence, SPBC, Latino Student Association, and LGBTQ programming. And then for students that are like wanting to get a student working job, career service, great help. They'll help you with finding internships, part-time jobs, full-time jobs, off campus, on campus. And then, like I said, the student working jobs. And also career service will help you with like mock interviewing, resume reviews. They'll help you with finding your career major. It's okay to go to UCA not knowing what you want to do. I came to UCA thinking I was going to be an orthodontist. As you see, I'm not working on teeth. But they help you with like figuring out which way you want to go. They'll have you take a survey, and let's say if you like a little bit of biology and a little bit of psychology, they'll like dabble you in a few of those classes. And then if you end up liking psychology more than biology, then you can declare psychology as your major. And then, like I was telling y'all, job fairs, and we also have a WOW closet. So with the WOW closet, if you don't have any professional clothes for like an interview, you can go to our WOW closet, look through it. If you can fit it, you get to keep it for free. And yeah, wow. And if you have like any other like old clothes, you can also donate your clothes to the WOW closet. And then the Student Health Center, like I was telling y'all, free immunizations. This is free y'all tuition, Disability Resource Center, Counseling Center, 10 free therapy sessions. If you need more, we'll accommodate. Women's clinic as well. And also there's a massage chair. So if you're stressed out after class, y'all can go get a massage for free. And then we have our student support guide. So this is just like a few just different information. We have like our IT, our library. Before COVID, it used to be open 24/5, but now we're closing at 9 p.m. But the library will most likely change back to the regular hours once COVID is over. But there's tutoring service in there, free in y'all tuition. So if you need help with any subject, please go ahead, get help. It's okay to ask for help, because at the end of the day, we're trying to graduate. And then we have Starbucks in our library, group computer labs. You can rent out like laptops if you left your laptop at home. You can rent out calculators. I heard you can rent out a skeleton if you're like in anatomy and things like that. What else? Our Center for Writing Communication. It's just our writing center. In our math center, like I was telling y'all, it's free your tuition. So if y'all need help with like your papers, you can go to the writing center. They'll help you with your grammar. And if you need help with like doing a speech for class, they have a camera in there where you can do your speech in front of it, and they'll help you with your speeches. And then Bear Century Food Pantry. If you're not driving, well, not driving, but if you don't have a car on campus, we have a Bear Central Food Pantry for you guys. And then UCA peer coaches, they will help you throughout the year. So for example, I had failed trigonometry and they had saw that my GPA had dropped. So they just sent a peer coach to just make sure that I was doing okay. So they will check on you and make sure that you're succeeding in class and succeeding in school in general. And in the police department, I talked a little bit about this. We have about 25 officers on campus, about 4 or 5 that stay on campus so they can assist in each situation at night. And then this is a great app to download. You can get, what is it, like type of like a report, I guess you would say, just like letting you know if there's a fire or a bomb threat or a flood. Like when it was snowing back in February, it kept on telling us snowstorm, be safe. So they will definitely alert you of anything that is going on on campus. And then this is just a few pictures. This is how our gym looks on campus. It is amazing. I'll talk more about that later. And then the swimming pool that we have, our football field. Yeah, and so with housing, we have 2 different options for you guys. Freshman experience halls is basically towards just any major. You're just all living together with each other, getting to meet other people with like the RA programs that they held. Like sometimes they'll put on a marshmallow eating contest just so you can like get out and meet some of the people that are out here on campus. And then residential colleges, those are towards certain majors. So let's say if you're majoring in business, you can live in Bear Hall and you're just surrounded by business-like students. There's a classroom at the bottom. You can wake up in the morning, go down to the classroom. I heard the professors, they live there with you as well. So if you have any questions, you can go talk to them. But we do have these 2 options. And then we also have apartments off campus. And then with becoming a bear, apply $25 application fee. If you're on free lunch, you can get that paid for. Also, if you are a junior about to become a senior, Bearfax Day, great day to come on campus and see everything. We'll pay for that $25 application fee as well. So there are a few different ways to get this paid for. And then high school transcript, ACT scores, and immunization records, which your counselors will help you with sending all those over to us. And then this year, this is the tuition and fees for this year. $17,000 is the estimate cost, but it shouldn't look around this much just because of the fact, most likely, this is saying like if you didn't have any scholarships, if you didn't have any grants, if you got the highest dorm, the highest meal plan, the highest amount of books, just the highest amount of everything. And most likely you won't get the highest everything. Everybody will probably take 15 hours, which is 5 classes. So that's about 9,000. Then if you think about it, our dorms, like the cheapest one is about 2,000. So you'll probably spend about 11,000, 12,000 on campus. And then when you apply to UCA, so for this year and most likely next year as well, because of COVID, if you have a 3.0 GPA, you don't have to worry about submitting the ACT, but we do encourage you to submit it if you want to be opted out of our remedial classes. And then if you don't have the 3.0 GPA, our minimum GPA is a 2.5. You'll need a 17 on the ACT overall, and then 15 on all the sub scores. And we do super scores, so if you take the ACT 5 times, Lord forbid, you can get your highest sub scores and then make it into a super score. And then this year for our incoming freshmen, this is the academic scholarships. So as y'all see, 3.5 was the lowest. Well, that one actually wasn't the lowest. The 3.0 was the lowest requirement for our highest scholarship, but they had added, they needed to see like service. So that meant if he was an SGA or Beta Club or just different organizations, they just want to see how involved you were in. And then the 3.0 GPA, and then they would receive the distinguished scholarship. But for the future leaders, which was the lowest scholarship, that's a 3.5 GPA. But the last 2 scholarships that we have is university and future leaders. And we need all the documents turned in by May 3rd. So just talk to your counselor, make sure that they're turned in, and you'll automatically apply to these scholarships. So it's not like a separate application that you have to fill out. You just automatically apply once you have all your documents turned in. And then for like my juniors and sophomores and freshmen, so when y'all come to UCA, we'll also have private funded scholarships. It's over 300 of those. So let's say if you're majoring in business, they'll send you all the business scholarships that pertain to you. They'll also ask you like demographic information. So there are more scholarships out there, but definitely start applying for scholarships early. I would say around like October, November. That's when a lot of schools scholarships, they start opening up, and they do close a little bit early. So make sure that y'all get on filling out those scholarships pretty early. And then financial aid, FAFSA. So this is how you receive your Arkansas Lottery Scholarship, Pell Grants, loans. So you'll definitely need to fill this out when it opens up October 1st. The earlier, the better, because the earlier they say that there's like more money basically in the pool than it is like in July. So you and your parents, y'all will have to fill out the financial aid, FAFSA together. And then later on for like my seniors, SOAR is coming up. And then virtual connections, that's just another way to like connect with our campus. And then we have campus tours Monday through Friday, and we're offering like one tour on Saturday as well. And then admitted student open house, March 29th through April 23rd. This is a great day for like all the admitted students. So let's say if you're majoring in biology, that would be College of Natural Science and Mathematics. So any Monday out of the March 29th or April 23rd, you can come visit our campus. You get a tour of the campus, get to eat in the cab for free. You get to talk to the professor, so you get to learn more about the biology department. And what else? You get to talk to financial aid if you have any more financial aid questions. And then you can also come see like the dorm that you're also living in. So great day to come for all my admitted students. And then for the admitted students, like I was saying, SOAR. So most likely all of y'all had got an email about this, but there are 2 different sessions. 1-day session is $25 and a 2-day session is $50. The overall general thing of SOAR is signing up for, well, not signing up, but going ahead and register for your classes for the fall semester. So you'll meet an academic advisor. She'll help you with like making your academic advising. She'll help you with making your fall schedule. And then like you'll get your bear card made. They'll give you a personalized class schedule tour so you can see where all your classes are located. They do like icebreaker games, group activities, just so you can like meet the other incoming freshman class. So it's a lot to do. Your parents can also stay if you want them to come. But a lot of people, they tell me that they like the 2-day session. So it's up to you if you can make it to these days. And if you can't make it, definitely reach out to SOAR and let them know that you won't be able to make it, and they'll give you like another option. But other than that, that is my spiel about UCA. If y'all have any questions, y'all can contact me at awilliams64@uca.edu. And then that is my work cell phone number, so y'all can call me or y'all can text me. I know this generation loves texting, so go ahead and text me as well. And then on the other side, this is just a QR code. If you want more information about UCA, just fill out the QR code. It's just going to ask for like your information, and they'll just send you more information. And this is really good for like my juniors and sophomores for y'all to fill out. My seniors that are already admitted, you don't have to worry about this, but yeah.
We have with us Miss Gully from the University of Memphis. She has given us some information that we have placed also on our CTE website. So you can take some time and view that after Mrs. Gully's presentation. Make sure that you don't unmute yourself until after she has finished her presentation, just so that way we can make sure that we get all this good information that Ms. Gully is going to give to us today. Again, Ms. Gully, thanks for taking the time out, and we can't wait to hear the good things that you have to say about the University of Memphis.
Thank you. And thank you all for joining us. I hope that everyone's having a good day so far. So good afternoon to all of you, Mills High School students and staff. Again, my name is Tanea Gully. I'm very excited to be here and present to you some information about the University of Memphis. So let's go ahead and jump right into it so I can save a lot of time for some good questions. I want to tell you first off a little bit about myself. I'm originally from Akron, Ohio, and so I came to Memphis, Tennessee about 6 years ago, and I actually came on a track and an academic scholarship called Emerging Leaders. And so those really gave me a really good groundwork for the things I wanted to do at Memphis and how I wanted to be involved and things of that nature. My favorite thing about the U of M are our Memphis athletics programs. I specifically put football because I love football, but all of our athletic programs, truly, I love going to the games. And then we have an on-campus garden called our Tigers Garden, and they do a really good job about teaching the community about gardening skills and being able to learn about different herbs and plants and things like that. So I think that's really cool that we offer that and open it up to the entire Memphis community. I have some favorite places that I listed on here to eat. That's my favorite thing to do in the city of Memphis. And so if you're ever in town and you want some recommendations, always feel free to reach me, and I love giving out lists. A piece of advice I have for you guys during this process is don't stress about it. Do the research and ask plenty of questions. We are here as admissions counselors to help you navigate this process from the beginning till your first day of classes and even beyond then, okay? So as long as you're asking the right questions and showing that you are truly interested, not just in Memphis or at any school, just know that people are there willing to help you. I do have my cell phone number, my email, as well as my Instagram right here at the bottom, so you guys can stay in touch with me over these next couple of months, and for any juniors that are joining over the next year or so during this recruitment cycle. So now I want to talk a little bit more about Memphis, the city itself. Hopefully you guys have had the opportunity to visit. If not, please consider it. A lot of things we do at the university are tied to the city itself. We have wonderful partnerships with world-renowned Fortune 500 companies like International Paper. We have FedEx, we have Medtronics, all types of things and places, again, so that you guys get those experiential learning opportunities and you have comfortability with transferable skills that matter in the workplace. And then also for those internships, so you can know what you actually want to do. We are an extensive medical and business hub. So I talked a little bit about the business side, but in the Memphis metropolitan area, we have over 25 hospitals currently in our backyard. And so a lot of our students who aim to be in the medical field or choose nursing and things like that, all of your clinicals and rotations are right here in the city for you, which is awesome and at your fingertips. And then a little bit further about the city. We're a very diverse city with a rich history and rich culture. That's something that we like to stress to people. We want you to know that diversity and inclusion is one of our main pillars. And so seeing that amongst the city and getting to know a little bit more about Memphis's place in the civil rights movement and things like that. We have lots of museums and art walks and we're just a really good center for culture as well as commerce. So a little bit more about the university itself. Our fall 2020 enrollment reflected that we had over 22,000 students currently on campus and taking classes. And we're proud of that number as it continues to grow every year. So we are considered a large public university. And once again, we do have a very diverse student population. 18% of our students come to us from out of state. 59% of our students identify as female. And so we also have a 15-to-1 student to faculty ratio here. And so even though we have that large amount of students on campus, we do have a large amount of dedicated faculty, making sure you get those smaller class sizes that matter. And so especially as it pertains to your upper division courses. And then we are a multi-campus institution, and I'll talk a little bit more about that further on throughout the presentation. And so now I kind of want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you students. What are you guys thinking about studying? Okay, if you feel free to drop it in the chat and just, let me know what you have your eye on. We do have lots of areas to study from, over 250. And so that's majors and concentrations. Our biggest ones, of course, are engineering, psychology, journalism, finance, music, and business management, as well as health studies. And so those are our most popular majors. And then they're really competitive. Some of the colleges do require separate applications from just our application, but we'll get further on into that during the presentation. A little bit more about our student life. We have over 350 student organizations, and this is a great thing to note because we want students to feel comfortable being leaders amongst their peers. Again, that all goes back to how you're getting those transferable skills for that next step after you graduate. And so we offer fraternities and sororities, including the full Divine Nine, which are the traditionally African-American fraternities and sororities. We have every chapter at our university. We do have religious groups, multicultural organizations, and organizations specifically tied to the community service. Here at Memphis, volunteerism is huge. We always want to make sure we're giving students opportunities to give back to the community around us in whatever way. And so we have a lot of partnerships throughout the city just to make sure our students are involved beyond academics. Our Tiger athletic programs do very well in the American Athletic Conference. And so a cool thing about our athletic programs is any game you want to go to, it's for free. All you need is your student ID. And then we offer guest tickets for students at discounted rates. Internships are amazing. And again, they're a good way for you to know what you want to do and what you don't want to do. You know, it's really good for you finding out what your next step is. And so we are number 7 in the nation for internships. And a lot of that is chalked up to our plentiful partnerships, again, with various businesses in the city as well as medical centers. And then we have a very robust honors college for any students looking to get a heightened academic rigor on their degree. It takes about a 3.25 GPA and a 24-year ACT to be admitted into the honors college. And then lastly, I want to mention, if you're interested in getting a global perspective on your degree, consider studying abroad. We have lots of opportunities for students to get scholarships. And again, just attend schools that we have partnerships with across really all, well, no, 6 continents, not all 7. We don't send students to Antarctica. So if you want to go there, you're going to have to find somewhere else. So a little bit about the U of M Lambeth. Remember I mentioned we're a multi-campus institution? This is what I meant. So in Jackson, Tennessee, which is about an hour away from Memphis, we do have a satellite campus called the U of M Lambeth. It gives you kind of like a liberal arts feel, but at the same public school price. You have the same rights and benefits and privileges as a University of Memphis main campus student. The only difference is that you're just studying in Jackson. And so they have dorms, they have degree programs, and really good opportunities for undergraduate research opportunities. So let's talk about affordability, okay? And so in this slide, this is for non-Tennessee residents. And so we no longer have the 250 radius program where we would include students who were 250 miles or in our in-state tuition. What we've done is completely lowered out-of-state tuition completely. And now we only have that partnership with Crittenden County and our other border counties. So Little Rock students are considered non-Tennessee residents. That tuition and fee is right there for you, just under $14,000 for a year. And so I kind of gave you the range for the dorms and the meal plans cost because again, it's like a choose your own adventure. And so your total direct cost can be anywhere from $19,000 to just under $25,000 for a year of attendance. And I put this on there to be completely transparent because we want you to know that we do offer a lot of aid. We offer departmental scholarships and scholarships in our Tiger Scholarship Manager. And then I also put this resource of our tuition estimator on here as well. Please familiarize yourself with that resource. It's a great tool to learn about, again, how much it costs for a year and what it looks like taking a different amount of credits and whatnot. So for our admissions process, we do have a competitive application process with a comprehensive review of your high school transcripts, your ACT and SAT scores, or your college transcripts for any AP or dual enrollment courses you want for us to consider. For this past year, we were test flexible, and so students were able to apply to the University of Memphis without submitting those ACT and SAT scores. We have not gotten word about what we're going to do for this year, and so as those updates come, I'll be sure to update you. So always check your emails from the University of Memphis because you never know what awesome things you'll find. So our fall 2020 statistics also reflected that that class had an average GPA of 3.5 and an average ACT of 23. Now, again, those are just middle numbers. We kind of work on a sliding scale because, again, we do a holistic review. So we understand that there are outside factors that contribute to your file. So don't let those numbers dishearten you or anything like that. If you want to talk specifically about what this might look like for you, I encourage you to sign up for a one-on-one appointment with me, and we can talk about it then. So what's next? If you're a senior, you haven't applied, or you're, just wondering if you should, I'm gonna go ahead and encourage you to do so. Apply for admissions, complete your FAFSA. It's been open since October, and so hopefully you still have some chances to get some aid from the government. Please complete your housing application as well if you've already applied. That opened up at the beginning of this month, as well as orientation, which also opened up on March 1st. Those are the next steps you should be taking if you're a senior and interested in coming. And if you're still having questions about what's going on or what you should be doing next, again, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll go back to that slide at the end to give you all my contact. For this slide, I encourage you to look at our digital view book. There's some QR codes, so I'm gonna give you guys a moment to use those. The True Blue Tiger form is for any freshman, sophomore, or junior that has joined us. Please fill out this form and give us some information about you so that over the next couple of years, we can stay in contact and keep you abreast with everything going on at the U of M. And again, my name is Tanea Gully, and so I am your admissions counselor, and I'm encouraging you to connect with me on Instagram at @UofM_Tanea or through our Memphis Admissions Instagram. And then I'm also gonna go back to my About Me slide. So right there in the bottom left corner, that is my Google number. You can feel free to text that number or email or whatever is best for you to get your information. And so at this time, I want to open up for any questions.
I got a question.
Sure.
So I'm in 11th grade. Like, what time should I apply? Or like nature, or like when should I?
Very great question. Thank you. And so yes, our application is open for seniors usually, and so that opens up in September. We'll usually have our application open at the beginning of September. That's a good question. Are there any more questions? Well, if not, I am also going to put a link in the chat for everyone. And so this is to sign up for a future Tiger Talk that I'm hosting for just Arkansas students, again, so you guys can familiarize yourself with U of M processes and procedures. And it will take place on tomorrow. You can register through your email, or you can just click this link right here and it'll take you right to the registration page. I encourage you to sign up. I'll have a representative from financial aid, from Housing and Res Life. I'll also have some students so they can give you their perspectives as well. It's going to be a great event, only going to last about 30 minutes to an hour. And again, a great opportunity for you to connect with some of our departments here. So thank you all. And again, if you have questions, you can either put them on the chat or send me an email.
Ms. Gully, Sydney Hood asked, what sparked your interest in your career?
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sydney. That's a really good question. And so I'm passionate about people. And so I'm really passionate about helping students, especially students from disadvantaged backgrounds and underrepresented communities. I'm passionate about helping them understand their postgraduate options after high school, because sometimes it gets muddy. And I was a first generation college student. And so it was totally up to me to figure out where I had to send my transcripts, how much I had to pay for this, what new student orientation was. I had to do the entire thing because, again, I was the first person in my family to attend. And so that experience really helped me decide that this is what I want to do. I want to help students get to the next level and really just be a kind of role model for students so they can understand that if I can do it, so can you. Thank you for that question, Sydney.
And students that are have just now joined us, if you had missed the presentation from Ms. Gully, we are going to, it's being recorded, and we are going to put that on our Meals website, along with giving the recording to your teachers to put in Schoology and send it to you through email as well. Don't forget, in order to be in the running for the door prizes, we need you to fill out the feedback form. That's on our website. So make sure that you fill that form out. I'll go ahead and also put that in the chat. If you have more questions for Ms. Gully or any of our presenters, please let us know. Mr. Phillips asked, are there engineering programs at U of M?
Great question. And so, yes, we have a very good engineering department. It's actually considered a center of excellence, which means that all of our faculty who teach in our engineering department are tenured and have doctoral degrees. And so they're at the top of their careers and making sure they give you guys real world experience in the engineering world as well. So we have computer engineering, mechanical, oh my goodness, so many others, but they also just left my head. So I apologize for that. But yes, we really do have great engineering programs. And if you'd like, I can connect you with Isaiah Serbrook, who is a really good resource. And he actually is in charge of tours for our engineering department.
Thank you, Ms. Phillips, for that question. I apologize. I said Mr. Phillips. I apologize. I meant Ms. Phillips. And Nicholas, the form key takeaway, meaning, was there anything that stuck out to you? So was there anything that Ms. Gully may have said that stuck out to you that you thought that was essential or important, or any of our other presenters that have presented in this room today? Great question.
And Sydney, before becoming an admissions counselor, my background is in psychology, and so psychology with a concentration in African American studies, to be specific. And so my career path has always been about people and helping people in underrepresented groups, and especially in the Black community. And so before becoming an admissions counselor, this is actually like my first job after college. So my goal is, again, to obtain, a master's and doctorate in psychology and move on forward that way. And I think I'm getting really great experience in this position, and I'm loving what I'm doing. So again, thank you. And thank you all for joining.
Do y'all have like any like sports medicine or like physical therapy or like something like that?
Yes, very good question. And so we do offer an exercise sports science major, and we have a partnership with the UT Health Science Center, which is located in about Midtown/downtown Memphis. And a lot of students who want to go to physical therapy school after obtaining a bachelor's degree, we have a complete feed-in program with the UT Health Science Center right there. And then we have opportunities like internships for you guys, for students who want to help our sports teams. You can be an intern and work with the football team or the basketball team or the track team, and get that really good experience as well if you want to be like an athletic trainer or things like that. Good question.